Channels generally refer to the independent element of power circuitry. So if you've got a dual channel box like the 2B, a number of other products, they will have two output knobs. So you can control the output of each of those channels independently. So you can have one quite high, one quite low. They're the channels. What you also find is products that have dual output. If they say dual output, they generally will have one control for the output level. That unit only has one set of output circuitry. Okay, and all that's been done is that's been split into two sockets. Okay, so they're not generally independent, so you can have issues with what we term as interaction between electrodes. But you've only got, and the important thing to look for is the number of control knobs you have. If you've got one control knob but two sockets, that's a dual output single channel unit. If you've got two sockets and you've got two output controls, that'll be a dual channel unit. So two sets of output circuitry, not interacting with themselves, they're totally independent. It's like having two single channel boxes, but all in the one. So that's channels and output. Unipole, bipolar. Unipole, monopole, single pole, all mean the same thing. One contact. To make electrosecs work, you need to complete this circuit. Okay, so you need this full circuit. If you've got one pole or one point of contact, you need a second to complete the circuit through the body, because you've attached one side of the body with your single pole, and you need another point of contact for the electricity to come from your body back round to your power unit. So unipole, single pole, monopole all mean the same thing. You're going to need a second point of contact. Bipolar, on the other hand, is 2 points of contact. Generally, you're talking about insertables that are bipolar, and when you look at them, they generally are two metal contacts and some sort of insulator between the two contacts. Your bipolar meaning two, your two metal contacts, insulated by generally a piece of acrylic or plastic. Your body makes contact with the two electrical parts, completing the circuit. That's bipolar. Triphase is very slightly different. Triphase is all about taking your two positives from two channels, two independent channels, where you'll have a positive and a negative on one channel, positive and negative on the other. And what you do is you combine the negatives, so you have what we call common ground. So you've got two positives and only one ground, but which will work with both of those positives. Works really, really well with our 2B. We do specifically a triphase cable. It allows you to generate controlled interaction between two electrodes. Works really, really well with guys using anal play and cock loop, for example. That way you can put the ground as being internal anally, one positive external, the other positive being the cock loop. And then what you've got there in that sort of setup is a sensation through pelvic. So that's triphase. Quad, not very many products out there, there's one or two. Basically what you're talking about there is combining, rather than three and tri, you're combining four. And generally again, they tend to be a common ground and multiple positives. So you're interacting with one point of contact with four other positives.